Happy Tuesday, second grade. We have some new spelling words, and we're going to quickly review any two-letter phonograms that we'll need for them. All right, our first phonogram is E. All right, write the phonogram that just says E. Say it while you write it. All right, put your finger under that phonogram you just wrote. What does it say? Good, E. All right, and if you wanted to give yourself a hint, you could say the whole name. What's that? Good, E-double-E, always says E. All right, this is our E. So if you didn't have that, write it and say it while you write it 2 times, please. All right, the next phonogram is ow-o, ooh-uh. What are you going to write? Good, ow-o, ooh-uh. Say it while you write it. All right, put your finger under that phonogram you just wrote. What does it say? Good, ow-o, ooh-uh. Ow-o, ooh-uh. All right, if you didn't have that, pause the video, write it, say the 4 sounds, ow-o, ooh-uh, while you write it. All right, the next one is sh, used at the beginning of a word or the end of a syllable, but never the beginning of a syllable after the first one, except for the ending ship. You can just say sh. All right, class, put your finger under that phonogram you just wrote. What is it? Good, shh. The other sh that we've learned, they all had more to their name. So if I just say shh, we'll know it's this one, but it's good to, let's try and say the whole rule together. Shh, use at the beginning of a word or the end of a syllable, but never the beginning of a syllable after the first one, except for the ending ship. All right, that's our sh. All right, the next phonogram is ng. What are you going to write? Good, ng. Say it while you write it. All right, put your finger under that phonogram you just wrote. What does it say? Good, mm. See, my teeth aren't touching, so we know it's not n, it's and we need 2 letters to make that sound. So if you didn't have that, pause the video, write it, say it while you write it. Make sure you're saying your mouth's open. All right, the last one is ooh-uh. What are you going to write? Good, ooh-uh. Say it while you write it. All right, put your finger under that phonogram you just wrote. What is it? Good, ooh-uh. Ooh-uh. All right, we've got some of the same ones we had yesterday, so I hope they're starting to really get in our minds. All right. Our first word is even, class. What's the word? Good, even. 2 is an even number, even. Put your hand on your chin. How many syllables are in even? Show me. Even. Excellent work if you've got this. All right, there are 2 syllables in even. The first syllable is E. What's the first syllable? Great, E. We're going to use e. What lets our e say E? Great job if you said it's an open syllable. Go ahead and write that first syllable and put your syllable mark at the end. All right, our second syllable is ven. What's the second syllable? Good, ven. What sounds do you hear in the syllable ven? Good. V, eh, n. Write the sounds in that second syllable and say them while you write them. All right, put your finger under that first phonogram in the word you just wrote. What does it say? Good, E. And what lets our e say E? Good, it's an open syllable. What's next? Good, V. Excellent. E and N. All right. Make sure yours looks like mine. And let's mark it. Does this need a marking? Good, it's saying its name. We need to underline it. No. All right, let's read our word, class. Good, even, even. All right, our next word is odd. What's the word? Good, odd. The numbers that are not even are odd. What sounds do you hear in the word odd, class? Good, our sounds we hear are ah, d, but we're gonna double this last d. We see that sometimes when the word would just be 2 letters and it's a main idea, and they think we need more letters for a main idea word. So sometimes even if it's not one of the letters we often double, they'll go ahead and double that last consonant if it was just 2 letters. All right, so that's why we've got an extra consonant there. All right, so tell me, what are we going to write to spell odd? Good, we're going to write odd, d. All right, write those sounds and say them while you write them. All right, class, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word you just wrote. What does it say? Good, ah. Good, d. And right, we've got one more d. All right, so make sure your word looks like mine. So when we have that doubled consonant at the end of a word, we don't mark it. All right, and I'm realizing we should talk about the rule where we often double these consonants or other ones. We'll come back to that in a little bit. All right, so we're not going to mark it, but we're not going to, when we're reading it, we don't need to say d. We can just say it one time. All right, let's read our word because there's nothing to mark. Good, odd, odd. All right, class. The next word is meat. What's the word? Good, meat. Now we'll need to listen to the sentence because there's more than one word that sounds like that in English. I hope I meet some new friends soon. Meet. What sounds do you hear in the word meet, class? Good, our sounds are e, t. All right, our e that we're going to use is E-double-E. Class, which E are we going to use in this meet? Good, E-double-E, always says E. Write the sounds in meet and say them while you write them. All right, class, put your finger under the first phonogram in the word you just wrote. What does it say? Good, What's next? E, which E is it? Good, E-double-E, always says E. And good, T is our last sound. All right, make sure your word looks like this. And now we can mark it. Does this need a marking? Good. We need both those letters, or those letters work together. So we need to underline. How about this? All right, let's read our word. Good. Now, we haven't learned the other meat yet, but we want to keep this one separate. And so I'm actually going to draw two little people on top of this, and you can go ahead and do it on your paper too. Because when you meet someone, there has to be at least two people, right? And look, we've got our two E's. So this might help us remember that when you're talking about meeting someone, you need two people and you need your two E's also. All right, that is our meet. All right, our next word is hour. What's the word? Good, hour. I look at my watch to see what hour it is. All right, so we're talking about hour like time. That kind of hour is a two-way word. So to spell that kind of hour, like time, we have to say hour. All right, that sounds a little weird. Listen one more time. Hour. All right, say that with me. Hour. Hour. Good. Hour. Hour. All right, just one syllable. What sounds do you hear in the word hour? Good. Our sounds are ow, r. But our ow is ow, o, oo, Which ow do we use in hour? Good. Ow, o, oo, Write the sounds in hour and say them while you write them. All right, class, put your finger under the first phonogram in hour. What does it say? Good. 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 Ow is next, but which ow is it? Good. Ow, o, oo, And the last sound? Good. All right, so make sure it looks like this. And let's mark our word. Does this need a marking? Let's see. When we're saying the word hour, do we hear a at the beginning? We don't. That means it's silent. What do we do to silent letters? Excellent. Double underline. How about this? Good, because those two letters work together to make that sound. How about this? All right. Let's read our word, and we'll start with reading it the way we say it to spell it. All right, so we'll actually say all the sounds we have up here. Good, so to spell it, we say ow, hour, hour. But when we're speaking, what do we say? Good, we say hour. All right, so we ignore this when we're speaking, but we have to have it to spell it right. We are going to learn a word later that sounds like the way we say this. So to keep them separate, I'm going to draw a little clock. All right, and you can make it any time you want to on your clock. All right, so if you draw a little clock, that'll help you remember, oh, the hour, that is time. We have to say hour to spell it. All right, our next word is shop. What's the word? Good, shop. I went to the shop to get some flowers. Shop. What sounds do you hear in the word shop? Good, it's sh, ah. All right, write those sounds. Say them while you write them. All right, put your finger under the first phonogram in the word you just wrote. What does it say? Good. Shh. Good. Ah, and good. All right, so make sure your word looks like that. And let's mark it. Does this need a marking? Excellent. We need both those letters to say sh. All right, let's read our word. Good, it's shop, shop. All right, we actually already did the this word when I was reviewing some things with you. When we were reviewing adding vowel suffixes to certain kinds of words, we did this word. So this might be review if you did that lesson. All right, so shop is a special kind of word. It is a 1-1-1 word. That means it has one syllable. It ends with one vowel followed by one consonant. All right, shop is a 1-1-1 word. There's a special rule for when we're adding a vowel suffix to a 1-1-1 word. We have to do something to this last consonant before we add that vowel suffix. If you remember what we do, tell me. All right, if you said we need to double it, that is exactly right. That is what we have to do before we add a vowel suffix to a 1-1-1 word. We have to double our last consonant. All right, so let's start by so we're going to write the word shopping. What's our word? Good, shopping. I forgot to go shopping this last weekend. Shopping. All right, the first syllable in shopping, let's find how many syllables. Shopping. Oh, that's right, ing always gets its own syllable. All right, so our first syllable in shopping is going to be exactly like the base word. So go ahead and don't just put it on the end, right? Write another word, write the base word shop, and put your syllable mark at the end. All right, when you finish that, put your pencil down. All right, so what you should have so far is this. Right, and we've got our syllable break there. Now, before I add my vowel suffix, what do I need to do to this last consonant? Good, I need to double it. Go ahead and write one more on the other side of that syllable break. All right, now I just need to add ing. What are the sounds in my vowel suffix ing? Good, Write those sounds after that you doubled and say them while you write them. All right, I hope you're finished with writing the word shopping now and your pencils down. So I've got my base word and my first syllable up here. So on your word, move your finger past that first syllable. What's the next thing I need to write after that syllable break? Good. And what after that? Good. And good. Excellent. All right, so make sure that word looks like mine. Let's go ahead and mark it. All right, when we say the word shopping, we don't hear two of these. So this one, we're gonna double underline. It's silent. We don't hear it, we just have to have it there so it's spelled right. Does this need a marking? I hope you're showing me this, because those two letters, we don't say them separately. We say them together and they say All right, class, let's read our word. Good, so it's shop, but then we double it, so our last syllable is ping. Shop, shopping is how we say it, but we need to remember we double this last consonant in our base word. All right. Our last word is soon. What's the word? Good, soon. I hope we will have memorized all of our phonograms soon. All right, class, what sounds do you hear in the word soon? Good, our sounds are s, oo, n. All right, this oo is oo. Which oo are we going to use in soon? Good, oo. Write those sounds in soon and say them while you write them. All right, put your finger under that first phonogram in the word you just wrote. What does it say? Good. S. Right, next is oo. Which oo is it though? Good. Oo. And what's our last sound? Good. Mm. All right, make sure your word looks like mine. And let's mark it. Good, we need to underline it. What are the two sounds of this phonogram, class? Good, oo, it's saying oo. It's saying its first sound. I just want to get us more practice with this. And does this need a marking? All right, let's read our word. Good, it's soon. All right, nice job with your spelling words today, class. I'll see you in the next video.